Holly, let me start with you. I had to interrupt you before to hit our break, so I want to give you some time to talk about this. But listening to Chad Cobb here, a guy who is confessing to the worst thing a human being could do, and that is literally murdering another human being, and kind of like his demeanor is, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that question. And earlier on in the trial, we heard him trying to be very polite with the judge about, I'm trying to do my best to answer the question. So what am I don't want to, I'm not trying to make a hard time. It's incredible to see this and think about what he confessed to doing. And I'm curious your perspective on watching this.
I agree. He's being a little wily as a witness, which is unfortunate because the prosecution has talked to him about this testimony for many, many days in advance of this trial. So, right there, you see, I know that we have face masks and it's very difficult sometimes to understand what questions are being asked of you remotely. But it's also not hard for him to find the answers because he was there and he's the person that killed Ashley. So if I were to give him any trial tips in between his testimony, it would be to answer the question directly and not don't add a lot of words to it because I don't think that helps us believe him in his credibility. If I were a juror, I would want to hear him solemnly answer these questions about what happened that night and not be confused as to whether or not he had a camouflage belt or where exactly she parked. I would imagine that information is easy for him to recall. So a little trial tip for the defendant, Mr. Cobb, in prison is to just answer the question because it makes your credibility difficult if you keep dodging the question. Obviously, he's here in court testifying about what happened that terrible day. And so I think if he could just stick to the basics, that'd be a lot better for him.